Andy, Allo, and I are old and dear friends. I think you just talked to Jeff too.
Yeah.
Boy, now that you're a big star, we're just knocking on your door. That's it. Congratulations on Assassin. Let me just ask you, was it a long audition for you, Andy?
No, actually, Jesse fell in love with me just, from seeing my incredible work on Upload. Um, and
I only work with humble people.
I,
Just the most humble of them.
I feel like that's a question you should answer though, because I mean, I had the great honor of receiving the script and saying that there was some interest in having me be a part of this film that was, sci-fi action, which is something I had been looking for as an actor, and wanting to just challenge myself. And so when I got the call and read the script, I watched the short, and Jesse and I hopped on a Zoom, and immediately we just hit it off, so I'm always grateful for those opportunities as an actor. They don't come often, where you get to kind of bypass the audition process. So it was a treat, but I'll leave it at that.
well, Jesse, you get to pick it up.
Sure.
In directing a film like this, it's no easy task. To do a sci-fi thriller, and juggle everything that you need to juggle, and then still, figure out who's the right cast for this. So, tell me a little bit about this process that you had
With casting.
with casting and and finding the script.
Oh, for sure. Well, I mean, the finding of the script was easy since I was one of the writers. So I found it. And then we decided to go forward with it. It was an interesting process bringing it to the feature stage because my co-writer Aaron Wolf and I, we made it as a short first, took it out on the festival circuit, and got some love and attention from it that way. And surprise, we have a feature to go with it. I'm a big proponent of the short to feature pipeline. I actually I do a lot of speaking to students these days about that process because I really, really believe that that's the strongest way to get your feature made. Now, specifically with casting, yes, a lot of what Andy said is accurate and true. No, but I really am always interested in what kind of person I'm going to be collaborating with. And of course, I had the pleasure of being able to see Upload and, see some of Andy's music videos and listen to her music and, take a look at her website and just get a sense of who she was as a person. And who she was as a person was very attractive to me as somebody that I thought that I could collaborate well with, and somebody who had a lot of strong beliefs about who they are in the world, from everything to how they felt about art to who they are as a person, to their spirituality, which was going to play a big part in this kind of out of body, multiple body, action and love story event. And, Andy and I had the chance to joke about the fact that, hey, Andy, if there's anybody who's familiar with a love story that takes place throughout multiple bodies and maybe not, in your own skin, it's you from your experience with Upload,
Yeah.
and that was a fun kind of familiar touch point. And just seeing, the kind of choices that Andy, has made on screen, in her other roles, and, getting the sense of the vibe that this is a person who really gets not only what I'm trying to do and the story that I'm trying to tell, but is also full of her own perspective on the material. And that is somebody, the kinds of artists that I can have conversations like that with and know that we can make choices together and go to vulnerable and dark places together. Those are the people that I want to work with. If a person doesn't have a good sense of self, if they don't seem like an interesting person, if they don't seem like they have a relationship to the material, then they're not the right person. And that was certainly not Andy. So, got along very well from day one.
Oh, that's great to hear. Andy, obviously music plays an important role in your life. Does music inform the characters that you play as well?
Yeah, I think, getting to figure out what songs like the character would listen to, especially a character like Molly, who is also an artist, what are those songs that she paints to? What's a song that really like gets her into the zone? And especially with scenes that can be a little more emotional, finding those songs that really get you to that place as an actor are very helpful. And with music, there's a rhythm, there's a dance, and I think that's very similar with acting, with dialogue and being present in a scene. So absolutely, I think music is very important.
Are you beginning to enjoy action in your work? I mean, do you enjoy physical roles?
Oh my God, I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm obsessed. I've been bit by the action bug. And I gotta say, my favorite part, I mean, I have many favorite parts, but one of my all-time favorite parts of filming this movie, Assassin, is when I got to jump on Dominic Purcell's back and just like choke him out and just like get in there. And it was so much fun. I had so much fun that, and Jesse just reminded me of this, but there's so much fun that there was a point where we had cut and I just hung out there and I was like, I like it. I'm just gonna chill. And Dominic was just like, all right, I'm walking over here. All right, I'm walking over here.
With Andy on his back. That was fun.
Was there any trepidation in directing Bruce Willis?
Well, I mean, I think that I would like to say that there wasn't until, the moment, I heard, my AD, say into his headset, okay, bring Bruce to set. And then I was like, oh shit, holy,
Yeah, I would imagine.
and there's something about with everybody, when you're a director, you're never gonna be on set as much as your actors, as much as your crew. And I think it's important to always acknowledge that and stay open to the fact that everybody's bringing so much more experience, because it really informs the work, and staying open to the creative and collaborative process. But you know it's different, saying hi to him and talking to him about the script and being with him at the fitting, and then all of a sudden he's on your set, and it's somebody like, I remember like cutting middle school to go watch Hudson Hawk, and like I remember, and who doesn't remember the first time they see Die Hard, and then just what an experience to be like, oh my God, this is it, this is, here he is, and there's no way, he's got 4 decades on me.
Yeah. And Andy, I mean, working with Bruce, was it a joy?
I mean, a joy, an honor, privilege, to me. I'm sure Jesse, like, I was so starstruck. I was like, I need to get myself together because I was like, okay, can I look at him? I don't know if I can. He is like the badass of all badass movies, like he basically invented the genre of action thriller, and so getting to just be in the presence of someone like that, is a moment that you only hope for and dream of as an actor. And we get to be a part of his legacy. I mean, how cool is that?
I know. And well, you're getting to be a badass too in films. I mean,
I'm getting there. I'm a little baby badass.
As far as action thrillers go, you really hit the notes on the script, Jesse. I mean, this is really a fun white knuckle kind of ride, and understanding the science and all that. It's all there for the audience.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I mean, it's always I think the sweet spot for story is really when the character and the concept are equally driving the ship. I think it's very easy, in kind of like subpar genre movies, that the concept is always driving the script, and then you get in dramas, you get the character driving the script completely. And if you can merge those two things, and I think what's really fun about this is, you start with this one simple thing. Hey, you can go and take over somebody else's body, run this mission, run this assassination, come home clean. And that story point is so clean and simple. And hey, over the course of the film, you're going after this guy. And that story point is so clean and simple. And because we keep it that simple, we have so much more room for the depth of character and the relationships between the character. And then, just watching the character's orientation to the technology change over the course of the film and make choices that make the technology behave in a different way. And then the technology behaves in a different way, and that influences the character again. And then they're both just working, and you're just, it's a great, messing with your mind kind of experience, because you're like, what is driving the ship right here, right now? And it doesn't matter, because the thing that you care about most, which is this woman's mental health, is just slipping away right before your eyes.
Yeah, it's just an amazing acting job on Allie's part, Andy's part. Allie, see, again, I just can't even. I'm verklempt to talk to you, Andy.
Oh, good.
Um,
I like it because it's a combination of it's Andy and Allo. It's Allie.
Allie,
Yeah.
Allie Ando,
Allie Ando, the baby
I
badass.
like you, Tony. You're the
baby
best.
badass. Oh, I love you back. In our final moments that we have, though, as we're winding this down, Andy, what do you think audiences are going to take away from watching Assassin?
Well, I hope they just enjoy the ride, to be honest, because it's a roller coaster and it's action packed, but it also really, it's at the core of it, it's the heart, and there's a lot of emotional layers. And I believe it's a conversation starter because you're talking about it's like a futuristic drone warfare, and you're like, wait, what is this real? But it also kind of feels really real, and like this maybe happens already. And so I think it's just having people go in, enjoy the ride, let it take you where it takes you, and just have fun with it.
Well, before I go, I want to say two things. One is I miss the heck out of you, Andy. We've always had dinner in LA together with Greg and Jeff and all those guys, and you're missed so much.
Oh, thank you for saying that.
And I'm so proud of you, because we talked about dreams and we talked about getting ahead, and you're doing it. And I'm like a proud dad with you. You are just an incredible actress, and of course a singer, and I couldn't be more happy for you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Tony. That means a lot.
Well, maybe you'll follow me back on Twitter now. And Jesse, Assassins, the series, think about it, because every week you could have guest stars as the, let's think about this now.
I am thinking about it.
I'll get 10 cents if you do it. So.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
I again, the film is great, and I love good science fiction. This brought me back to some great science fiction films of the 80s.
By the way, you have a great voice for radio.
I was on radio years ago. My mentor was Gary Owens, and my aunt was June Foray, the voice actress. She played Rocky the Flying Squirrel, and
oh wow.
All of those things. She was, so I had voice lessons when I was very young. But you could hire me as a radio announcer for a film. I'll do that.
Sounds good.
This is my audition, and I'm not doing very well.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
Right. Andy, you are just gorgeous, and thank you so much, my friend. It's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Bye-bye.